Are heartbroken after Bernie Sanders' biggest lie is exposed. He's a fraud. Bernie wants people to believe that he's generous and harmless, a harmless politician that just wants to change society for good. What a great lie. His idea of socialism would have just destroyed America for good. Young liberals, having just come through years of socialist indoctrination in their schools and lacking life experience and the historical perspective that comes with it, flock to Sanders' socialist utopia. History chronicles the death and starvation that has accompanied socialism wherever it has been implemented. The great economist Milton Friedman explained to talk show host Phil Donahue why this is so. This short video might very well be the most important 2.5 minutes you can ever show your children. Milton Friedman and Phil Donahue on socialism versus capitalism. Let's take a look.
When you see around the globe the maldistribution of wealth, the desperate plight of millions of people in underdeveloped countries, when you see so few haves and so many have-nots, when you see the greed and the concentration of power, did you ever have a moment of doubt about capitalism and whether greed's a good idea to run on?
Well, first of all, tell me, is there some society you know that doesn't run on greed? You think Russia doesn't run on greed? You think China doesn't run on greed? What is greed? Of course, none of us are greedy. It's only the other fellow who's greedy. The world runs on individuals pursuing their separate interests. The great achievements of civilization have not come from government bureaus. Einstein didn't construct his theory under order from a bureaucrat. Henry Ford didn't revolutionize the automobile industry that way. In the only cases in which the masses have escaped from the kind of grinding poverty you're talking about, the only cases in recorded history are where they have had capitalism and largely free trade. If you want to know where the masses are worst off, it's exactly in the kinds of societies that depart from that. So that the record of history is absolutely crystal clear that there is no alternative way so far discovered of improving the lot of the ordinary people that can hold a candle to the productive activities that are unleashed by a free enterprise system.
But it seems to reward not virtue as much as ability to manipulate the system.
And what does reward virtue? You think a communist commissar rewards virtue? You think a Hitler rewards virtue? You think, excuse me, if you'll pardon me, do you think American presidents reward virtue? Do they choose their appointees on the basis of the virtue of the people appointed or on the basis of their political clout? Is it really true that political self-interest is nobler somehow than economic self-interest? You know, I think you're taking a lot of things for granted. And just tell me where in the world you find these angels who are going to organize society for us. Well, I don't even trust you to do that.
Hey! Is this my turn?
Evidence continues to surface that proves Bernie Sanders is just another corrupt politician who uses the people's money to benefit himself, his family, and his friends. Sanders and his wife, Jane O'Meara Sanders, used Burlington College as their personal piggy bank until they bankrupted it. Mrs. Sanders is the former president of the college. She is currently under FBI investigation for bank fraud for taking out a $6.5 million loan to allegedly finance a $10 million expansion project. There's only one problem. As a condition of the loan, the bank required proof of $3.5 million in capital on the part of the college. Jane Sanders signed loan documents swearing under penalty of perjury that the money was in place. It wasn't. Without that cash reserve, the school was forced to close under the burden of debt. The bank and other private lenders lost millions of dollars. The school is gone, and so is the money. Where is the money? Think this was simply a one-off misstep? Consider that Jane Sanders created six-figure jobs for her daughter and the son of a family friend. Bernie Sanders has also played fast and loose with other people's money. He habitually used campaign contributions for the enrichment of those he holds closest. The Washington Free Beacon reported back in early January of 2016 that Bernie Sanders and his wife have on numerous occasions steered money from the organizations under their control to friends and family members, public records show. The payments benefited the wife of the Democratic presidential candidate, his stepdaughter, and the son of a former colleague in city government whom Sanders has described as a close friend. Sanders' House campaign paid his wife more than $90,000 for consulting and ad placement services from 2002 to 2004. Her daughter, Karina Driscoll Sanders' stepdaughter, also drew a salary from the campaign. She was paid more than $65,000 between 2000 and 2004. Well, there you have some of the things. That face is incredible. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching.